Never buy a sofa that is too big. The hen cut down a thick tree, dug a deep hole and said, "I'm going to plant a column here. I'll build a strong house and be safe when the floods come." But the ox passed by and said, "That hole you dug is perfect for planting a coconut tree." "That's true, of course, ha 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 ha," the hen shouted cheerfully. She pulled the column from the hole and planted a coconut tree, spending the entire day on it. And only in the afternoon, when the silence of night fell, regret arrived. "And my house? Winter is coming, and I planted a coconut tree instead of building a shelter." "Fool! Fool! Fool!" she lamented, hitting her own head. She stood there staring at the coconut sprout in the hole. The same hole she had dug with so much effort since the morning. The hole that should have held the column of her house. And instead of the column, a tiny sprout that would take years to grow. Years she didn't have. The afternoon wind swayed the branches around as if nature itself were laughing at her. She tried to convince herself, but a coconut tree also has value. It gives shade, it gives fruit. It's almost an improvement for the home. Her brain wouldn't let her finish. Fool, fool, fool. She went to sleep with that weight on her chest, with that horrible feeling of someone who knows they made a mistake but doesn't want to admit it, of someone who closes their eyes, hoping morning will bring a solution that the night couldn't give. The next day she woke up early, determined to redeem herself. She dug another deep hole and found a thick, sturdy piece of wood. She positioned everything carefully, took a deep breath. This time would be different. This time nothing would pull her off course. But the ox appeared again and said, "A trunk that robust could even serve as a bridge over the river." "That's true, ha 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 ha. I always wanted to know what's on the other side. A huge garden, giant watermelons, more fertile land, who knows?" Once again, the hen abandoned the house construction, grabbed the wood and stretched it across the river, forming a bridge. She crossed with her heart racing, imagining everything she might find. Perhaps life on the other side would be easier. On the other side, she found rocky ground, dry trees, thorny thickets, just like the place where she already lived. She stood in silence for a long moment, looking at that ordinary landscape and understanding once and for all that the problem was never which side of the river she lived on. She returned, dragging her feet, muttering, "I built a bridge to nowhere. Winter is coming, I've already planted coconut and built a bridge, but my shelter is still nothing. 2 days lost, 2 days I'll never get back. How could I have been so foolish?" The sun was setting too fast, the shadows were too long, and the sky had a color she didn't like to see. Seeing everything darkening, she knelt down, folded her wings, looked up at the sky, and pleaded with all the strength she had. "Lord, delay the winter this year. For love of me, just this once. Give me a little more time, please. I promise that this time I'll do everything right." But the birds were already flying restlessly and singing differently. The crickets and cicadas were already sounding non-stop, and the frogs cried out at the river's edge in unison, like a warning everyone could hear, except her. Winter would not wait for her. She ran and hastily built a simple house of sticks, improvised, tied with vines, very different from what she had dreamed. The walls trembled with the wind. The roof was crooked. The gaps let the cold in from all sides. She looked at it with her heart tight. She didn't know if it would survive the first storm. She tapped the walls with her wing and felt the fragility of each stick stuck in the ground. But it was what she had, and time ran out. Then she looked at what she had left and thought, "I need a boat. If the rain knocks down this little house, at least I won't drown." She took the last pennies saved from selling corn, held them tight, and walked firmly toward the carpenter's house. "If my house falls, I'll have a boat to save me," she told herself as she walked. This time focused, this time different, this time nothing in the world would make her stray. But before reaching the carpenter's house, she found an upholsterer who had placed a sofa on the sidewalk to attract attention. Enormous, too beautiful, soft upholstery, caramel-colored, with that shape that seemed made to embrace the entire body. You could imagine lying on it, legs crossed, TV remote in hand, without needing to move at all. No worries, no winter, no crooked house, no drafty walls. The money was burning in her hand. She stopped. Just for a second, she told herself, just to look. She never saw the boats. She never passed the carpenter's house. She bought the sofa right there on the sidewalk with the last money she had in the world. She returned home carrying the sofa and without a penny. On the way back, her stomach churned and her head screamed louder and louder. I didn't even reach the carpenter's door. I went to save my life and came back with upholstery. With upholstery. Winter is coming and I bought a sofa. She tried to calm herself as she always did. But money is meant to be spent, isn't it? Poor people only get things by squeezing, by sacrificing. The sofa is beautiful. I deserve to rest. I worked so hard these days. Her brain responded without mercy. Fool. Very foolish. Too foolish this time. When the sofa arrived home, it didn't fit through the door. They had to break a huge piece of the wall to get it in. Dust, noise, rubble on the ground. And even after all that, another stab in the heart. The sofa didn't fit in the living room. Half inside, half outside. Wall destroyed, money gone, no boat. With a little stick house that was already fragile and now had an enormous hole in one of the walls. And she stood in the middle of all that, staring at the sofa that didn't fit, thinking of everything she could have done differently and didn't. And the sky was completely black. The rain came hard. The windstorm bent the trees almost to the ground. Lightning lit everything white every second. All the other animals ran to their solid shelters, climbed into their boats and canoes, protected themselves with what they had built and saved. The little stick house didn't hold. The broken wall held nothing. The sofa got wet on the outside and rotted on the inside. And the hen spent the entire winter in a tree, cold, feverish, soaked to the bone every night, week after week, crying over every moment she chose emotion over reason, thinking of the coconut she planted instead of the column, the bridge she built to nowhere, the sofa she bought instead of the boat. Every instant when her heart screamed louder than her head, and she obeyed without question. She had planted coconut, built a bridge, bought a sofa, but had no house, had no boat, had nothing, because she always acted on emotion. You who struggle with impulsivity, keep getting into debt and buying things, spinning your wheels and going nowhere. Learn this once and for all. When in doubt, the answer is no. No time to think, the answer is no. Something feels off, the answer is no. Yes should only come after planning, care, and reason. Do you know someone impulsive like that? Share this story and follow me for more.